Welcome to r/am I the a-hole, where OP wants a divorce because of what his wife said during therapy. And stick around for more messy Reddit stories, such as a pregnant surrogate wanting to keep the baby, and a wife who cheats on OP but expects him to raise the affair baby. Am I the a-hole for wanting to divorce because of what my wife said in therapy? My wife, 37 female and I, 40 male, got married 12 years ago, and she has been my rock, and our marriage was really good, or used to be really good, before we went to therapy. My friend was suffering from a lot of mental health issues, and we were worried for him. He did about 2 years in therapy and is doing a lot better. My wife suffered from anxiety and depression, and she is a vet, which is a very high stress job. I recommended she try therapy too, and she agreed. She went to therapy for 6 months and said she likes it and wants me to go with her. I personally find it a little hippy dippy, but it couldn't hurt, so I agreed. First 2 therapy appointments went well. The therapist, not her personal one, nailed down one thing about my wife: she is extremely distrusting of other humans. She didn't have a good family growing up, and her father sold her dog, which she said was her only friend, and she suffered from an eating disorder and almost ended it in her teens. But as an adult, she is relatively well adjusted, and she is a great mom to our 2 kids. He asked us as homework to do the Big 5 personality test. It was a long questionnaire, and we shared it with him. My trust of others was a 34, and hers was an 8, which is very low. He asked her to tell him what makes her distrust people. She said people were very two-faced and only do what benefited them, and she felt like she has a disadvantage in life because of her morals. She is very kind to people, which is weird because she doesn't trust them at all. She helps people a lot, and one of her friends even said she's the one they go to for advice because they know she wants the best for them and can keep a secret. She does a lot of unpaid work to help stray animals and is often depressed if an animal passes away, but she says she does it because she feels extreme guilt if she doesn't help others. But she feels people don't feel guilt hurting her, which is why she prefers animals to humans. Then the topic of our marriage and trust came up, and she was super tight-lipped about it at first, but then admitted she didn't trust me all that much. She said she actually married me because I was honest and being kind of in it for myself. She said she can't stand people who appear kind and compassionate and then lie and backstab people, and prefers an honest person. I was shocked because I feel like I'm an honest but also kind and generous person, but in her eyes I'm not. But she says it's fine because I'm honest about it. She also admitted she took out the in sickness and in health part of our nuptials because she felt like I would divorce her if she got cancer, but she was okay with that because it would kill her to expect it and then be disappointed, but she felt like she knew where she stood with me. I have been thinking about her words, and it bothers me so much. I asked her out of therapy why she even married me, and she said she knew I was hardworking and honest, and most people are not kind, but that they fake kindness to get ahead. She liked that I didn't, and she felt like she really understood me, so she felt safe with me. I told her if she didn't think I was a good person, but just an honest one, we should just divorce, and she got mad and told me our marriage was good. We are working together well and raising our kids, and there wasn't anything serious. To me, I just realized my wife didn't think I was a good person, and I feel like our marriage has been a lie. Quick edit, some of you are asking if she loves me, and I love her. I definitely love her, but in therapy, she said she thinks she loves me, but also admitted she doesn't know if she can love humans, as humans are generally selfish and destructive and will take advantage of people weaker than themselves. I'm really worried if she loves our kids. She acts like she does, but it's hard to tell because she goes above and beyond for people she worries are going to backstab her. I think this is a very, very, very big advocate for don't get married super fast. Not saying that like they got married too fast or that they shouldn't have gotten married, but this all sounds like something you should talk about before you get married. Like, I almost want to go with no a-holes here because I think this is just not meant to be. It sounds like the wife has some serious trauma she needs to unpack that like isn't OP's responsibility. Like, OP is kind of getting thrust into this for the first time, and I think that's a little unfair. I don't think I could call OP an a-hole if he did want to go through with the divorce, but I think you owe it to her to at least try to work this out with her. You guys have been married for 12 years. You have 2 kids together. If you truly believe that you love her and she truly believes that she loves you, whether it's in her own kind of twisted version of love, if that love's there, I would further explore it. And if it just comes out to be like, hey, this is not a type of marriage that I want to be in, I don't think that's unfair for OP to say. I don't think it's unfair for OP to be like, look, man, I thought we were married because we truly genuinely loved each other, and I just feel like your version of love isn't real love, and you didn't marry me because you love me. You married me because you thought I was transparent with my intentions, which is a very flawed reason to get married to somebody, in my opinion. But I think underneath all that trauma might be love, but this person sounds extremely traumatized. Am I the a-hole for refusing to let my surrogate keep our baby after she changed her mind? I, 33 male, find myself in a difficult situation with my surrogate, Maria, 25 female, and I'm wondering if I'm the jerk in this situation. To provide some context, my husband, Roman, 37 male, and I decided to use surrogacy to have a child. We had a legal agreement in place, and Maria was compensated generously for her part in carrying our baby. Everything was going smoothly, and we were excited for our child's arrival. However, around the 8th month of the pregnancy, Maria dropped a bombshell. She declared that she no longer wanted to go through with the surrogacy and expressed her desire to keep the child. This sent Roman into a fit of rage, but I managed to get him to step out, and I had a one-on-one conversation with Maria. I reminded her that she had legally signed the documents and the baby was unequivocally ours, mine and Roman's. She began pleading with me, but I stood my ground, asserting that this child was my son and not hers. She tried to bargain, saying she no longer wanted the money, but I firmly rejected her request, emphasizing that no one had coerced her into signing those papers. Whether she liked it or not, the baby was ours. To add some financial weight to my argument, I pointed out all the money we had invested in the baby and the substantial amount she received before the pregnancy. I made it clear if she wanted the baby, she'd have to reimburse us for all of that, something I knew she couldn't afford. I suggested that if she had any more issues, she should speak to my lawyers. But as far as I was concerned, the baby was ours, mine and Roman's, whether she liked it or not. Maria called us cruel and even got her family involved to support her case. Now I'm doubting whether I'm in the wrong here. Roman supports my stance, but some of my friends and her family are calling me the a-hole. Edit 1, she hasn't pursued legal action at all. This was a talk she had with us. Edit 2, we live in California where traditional surrogacy is allowed, as well as pre-birth and after-birth agreement. We have a pre-birth agreement, and by law, the baby is ours and she knows it. She's asking if we would give up our rights for her to have the baby, which we won't. The baby is mine and my husband's. There hasn't been pursuit of legal action. She can now only talk through my lawyers. OP had to be an asshole, but I don't think what he's doing is wrong. His friends are saying that he's the asshole. Like, what the fuck? Drop those friends, dude. Any friends that are like this child that you and your husband not only invested financially in, but emotionally in, should just give it away to this girl who backed out on her end of the deal? Hell no. Not the a-hole. Yes, he has to say some mean things, but that doesn't make him an asshole. That just makes him transparent, telling the truth. I'm guessing either Roman or OP is also the parent. That's a huge thing to ask of them, is like, oh yeah, you know this child that you want and also like has your DNA now? I want you to just give it to me, even though we had agreed prior that it was yours. Wife cheated, got pregnant, but lost it. I don't know if it was mine or not, but I told her I would not raise her affair baby. Am I the a-hole? Wife is obviously grieving and I've been supportive all the way. The worst thing I've done since she told me she's pregnant and it may not be mine was say I wouldn't raise her affair baby. She throws it back in my face daily, and I don't even mention her cheating because I'm trying not to fight. She shows little to no sorrow for what she did and frequently tells me she doesn't care about it because she lost the baby. I also told her if I even get a hint of her cheating again, I would leave. As a result, she feels unstable in the marriage and hates me. I genuinely feel bad for people who get in situations like this and their immediate reaction isn't get a divorce. It sounds like OP is in a little bit of an abusive relationship. Hey, let's go back to the part where you fucked up and cheated on me. If my wife cheats on me and is like, I might be pregnant with their baby, I think I have the right to be like, oh, if that's not my kid, you can expect me to be out of that picture. Quick update. Next day I told her I was done. Then I offered an olive branch because damn it, I did marry her for a reason. If she wants to remain my wife, she will go to couples therapy, individual therapy, get off social media, and get help for her depression. I will have her location and I will be spot checking her phone randomly. I offered the same things to her as I have, nothing to hide. I know the therapist is going to tear her up. I hope she changes because of it. I don't think this will be enough for me to stay, but I'm going to put my best effort into it to at least say that I did. By the way, I hate acting this way. Locking her down like this goes against my morals, but it's the only way to even consider trusting her again. It'll most likely cause her to rebel against me. The morning after that conversation, I caught her in a lie and she called me a gaslighter and denies the lie. It's the only way to even consider trusting her again, but like all of this does not say trust. And I don't think that's gonna go away. I think no matter what, you're always gonna be like, oh, you're going out tonight? Oh, are you gonna go cheat on me again? Or you're gonna at least just be worried about it. Not the a-hole. At that point, just get a divorce.